All right. Hello, everybody. How is it going? Today we're going to go to Reserve. I'm just selling off some of the random stuff I got from Peacekeeper, or well, my insurance rather. And here, no, that's more or less good to go. Now, I did get my hands on some new music. That is right, some new music, and it is not by anybody big yet. One day they will be, I'm sure. So this is from a friend of mine, okay, and he was very gracious to allow me to have permission to play his music on my streams and on my videos. So thank you, friend. I really do appreciate it. Everyone go check him out on Spotify, right? It's PTZN, okay? I feel really bad because I'm not entirely sure if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, but that is how it's spelled. It's all caps, okay? And it is on Spotify. Very good stuff. And I believe he is also on YouTube. Let me just double check. Oh boy. This is me Mudahar indeed. Hang on, let me go find him for you. Okay. Yes, that's right. He is on he's on YouTube. It's the same name. It's all lo-fi music. Okay. He's got 40 subscribers right now. Let's see if we can bump him up to 1,000. Okay. So yeah. Now where were we? We are going to Reserve. Now I'm going in with this Velociraptor. I'm gonna throw your blackout because I want to give it a shot. Hang on a second. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. Anyway, so I wanted to give this Velociraptor a shot, right? I can't get them yet, but I should be able to allegedly soon. So, where was I? Oh, and I'm also bringing the VPO 215 with me because I do plan on going to customs at some point. Because customs is absolutely ripe for the picking for sniper scavs. And where is it? One of these this one. Sniper scavs with the bolt action. So we should be able to do that in a quick customs run. So let's find Reserve. Yeah, 2 p.m. is fine, I guess. Okay. And while we're going here, we're also going to go to the barracks because I need to take out scavs at the barracks. So. Yeah, so how's your Thursday? It's almost the weekend. We're getting there. We're getting there. $30 seconds already starting local game. Not bad. Not bad at all. I've not used this gun before. It could be good, it could be horrendous. I have literally no idea. But I'm also seeing, if you look, it has no rear sight, it has no front sight. So God knows how you're supposed to aim without any... Like, it has the built-in, like the... Oh, never mind. I was going to show, like, the rail on where the rear sight is normally. So, I'm curious about how that's supposed to work. Okay. I went with this optic because I thought it would be cool, and then I chucked just this on top for giggles. Hello. Okay. Where do I have to go? Hot Wheels is over this way. Okay. I'm not super concerned or even remotely interested about having to fight any funky enemies. Although, under the tarmac, we have to fight some rogues, I believe. Or renegade. Actually, you know what? I don't think that's even necessarily required. Inventory check is over there as well. They're shooting at me with an SKS. Somewhere in here. Looking for giant wheels. Oh, found them. I had to place the marker like this. Why can't I just put it down like a regular marker? Okay, so that's done. So we gotta head out to the chest buildings. I don't have any of those keys. I probably should have looked. I don't think I need to do that mission, but I'm not too sure. I just hear lots of explosions right now, and that's disconcerting. You can tell it, all the trees and bushes have changed color. What was I... Oh, just taking out scabs of the territory, yeah. So as you can tell, it's fall officially in Tarkov, so... I'm not too worried about the inventory mission. Like, would it be nice to do? Yeah, but I'm not too worried about it. Well, this one is open. Unless they mean the one upstairs and for some reason just not updating properly, which is, yeah. Please? It is worth a shot. I have to figure out what I need for those. About 20 rounds. I didn't even take it into account the possibility of the height over bore. I seem to have a huge issue with that. I was gonna say, I hope I brought any spare ammo, but I brought 2 stacks along with a bunch of loose, so. Mission is very annoying because the scavs for some reason are just not hanging around here. So I wonder if there's a way to get to the inventory check without it. I could have sworn there used to be. Oh look, it's the garbage bag that I thought was a human last time. I definitely do have to get in there as well. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, it's just a blank room. See, I don't even know how I already got 2 enemies up here. A sewer manhole. It's just all the stuff I need to do is basically in these rooms now. Right, in these 2 buildings. And I don't have the key for one of them because silly me forgot that I needed a key. So this has the exact same zoom, by the way, as this.
Never mind. We still got work to do.
Who is this person? Can I drag him in? Yay! We got one. So far, this gun isn't really screaming to me like it's that amazing. It would be nice if what's-his-face was here, Lucar, because he and his buddies like to hang around this building and the other building. They would count towards the scavs here, so would have been a great thing to find, but unfortunately, no. Rip rounds. It's fine. Ah, 3 out of 10. Done. Don't worry about that. No place. This is not required, but it would be. How many? Hang on. How many was that? 5? It could be worth doing potentially. I think this is actually a renegade. Apparently, this is just a very tanky scav. Okay. Right now we are doing what we can on reserve, which includes pest control. And I'm trying out the Velociraptor. So far, it just sort of seems okay. I'm not crazy. I mean, look, I'm not disappointed with it. I'm just sort of like, oh, okay, I don't know. Maybe I was expecting more. Like, if anything, the MCX or whatever would have been better. Because at least it has more stuff I could chuck on there, right? Well, I like the AK platform. It's just this particular one is very limited. Also, I didn't put the best item, like, you know, sight on that. That's sort of my fault. Right? For CQB. Although, technically, hang on. This is a relatively safe location. Okay, I can put this here. Let's use my melee weapon so this is quick and I don't have to do the animations. Put that here. Go here. Take this, put it there. Put it in the other place. Okay, boom. So now I have the same magnification, but actually a little faster because I think it's less of a thing in ergonomics. And now I have an actually decent CQB red dot. Boom. You can't ever say I'm not a genius. The one good thing about the AK platform, though, is because there's only like 3 magazines for 5.56 for AK, so it's very awkward actually getting them mixed up. So you're less likely to get them mixed up compared to your AR platform, which has countless magazines that all will fit in all the guns. So we're up to what, 5 out of 10? I forgot to bring the key, or 6 out of 10. I forgot to bring the keys because I can also do inventory check while I'm here, but I don't have the key. And I don't know which key it is. And I don't know if it'll spawn here for me. I don't even know if you can get it, like if it's spawn on here. Right? Because some keys don't spawn on people, but can spawn in locations, and those locations are sometimes on the maps that are not where the key belongs. So for me, I'm not super, like, they both have their advantages, but I just find it, right now with 300 Blackout, it's better in general, because realistically speaking, this gun in particular was a prototype gun that was seen like once at the Russian equivalent of whatever, like a SHOT Show, like 10-ish years ago, and then never ever seen again. So it's like, I mean, that's a sign. That's a sign. I'm just trying to figure out how to lure the enemies over here so I can get my 4 more kills. Because otherwise I don't really care about the rest of the map. Yeah. As the saying goes, speak of the devil and he shall appear. Theoretically speaking, if I were to find a bunch of other AR type mags, I can just literally switch over. It's not a big deal, right? Does this still work with... You think the AI still gets drawn to this? I will say, I do love very much how the VPO sounds. I was also saying the it's turned fall now, or autumn, whatever you want to call it. Which is weird because I don't think it was yesterday, was it? Can't be that. Oh, 800. Well, look, I mean, realistically speaking, I could see why it would be, because it is a very short barrel. At least this is the 9-inch barrel, right? Gas system. What kind of gas system is this? I would imagine that also changes, because I'm pretty sure it's a similar gas system to... I thought I heard something. Maybe I'm just stupid. I think it's a similar system to the HK416, which, if I'm not mistaken, has a higher default RPM than the standard M4A1. I think that's just how they handle gas, right? I'm not an expert. This is literally just my... I was going to say educated guess, but it's more like... Hello. It's more like me just sort of going, well, based on what I kind of know about how gun work, theoretically speaking, that should be the case, but I couldn't say for certain. You need the AK guy to tell you. I was about to ask, I wonder if this is legal here, but I mean, anything fun is not legal here, so... I think I did look into it about the MP18s, both the shotgun version and the rifle version. I think they are... I think they actually were found to be... They're legal here, they're just extremely rare. Yes. Yes, it is. I'm trying to lure enemies into these two buildings for my mission. I do... Okay, so I do have the blue flare. I don't know how it works specifically, but it could be really funny to try it out. Especially if it goes completely wrong and blows me up. Because it summons, or is supposed to summon at least, a, what is it, like a mortar strike? I hate those garbage bags. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of different players that will tell you that that garbage bag sucks. There should be a stat somewhere about how many bullets have been fired into that garbage bag. Heard somebody in the bush. At least I thought I heard a bush. Tell you what, we'll give it another couple minutes. If nobody shows up, even if it makes me very sad, we will go take a look for other people, then get out and then reset. So I don't know, let's say another 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. And then while we're resetting, we're gonna grab the keys that we need. And then who knows? Maybe Glukar will be here. Which would also be a little annoying in the sense that the mission after Pest Control is to kill Gluhar. Yeah, one of the things has added a bunch of time on it, and I don't know which one it is, and I don't know how to edit it, because that would turn it down a little bit. But I mean, like, realistically speaking, it's not the end of the world if the timer is long, because I'll just, you know, get out whenever, right? It's also one of those things, like, I understand why in the game the timer is as long as it is. Did I bring paracord? I did not. That's fine. I can just go to the Scablands or something. Oh. One of the settings has turned it into a buyable exit, which is, in my opinion, very good. They are kind of horrendous. Now, I just want to double check, because I did say, when I think the last time I was here, that these don't lead to anywhere. So yeah, that is closed. I think the other ones around here are also closed as well. When I come back in, I'm probably not going to bring this with me. Yeah, otherwise they're completely useless, and I see... I don't suppose I could aggro them to follow me. Sounds like there's somebody in this building. There is. It's probably a mistake, because then they'll just start throwing grenades at me. Nope, 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 nope. Come get me. Go on. My guy doesn't want to speak, apparently. Man, these guys really don't want to get drawn in. It's very, very silly. Almost like they know my nefarious intentions. There's somebody in the bushes outside. Time to go down the stairs. Yeah, no, I saw him push out to the left. But I need... This guy looks like a raider. I need him to push me, because I don't think he's close enough.
Bears, give up!
That's what I was afraid of. I believe there is a fairly short safe distance for fighting these guys. As in, I think he does count. There is like a small curb that you have. Magazine wise. They're throwing grenades at me. Was about to say, hopefully, 5 meters, okay. Thought I dropped a grenade, or a magazine there. Oh, I see him, he's in front of the orange truck here. Let's step back so he's less likely to hit me with a grenade.
Son of a bitch!
Unfortunately, that's outside 5 meters.
No one's left behind? Yeah, sure.
You on the helicopter still? There we go. Come to me, my scav children. Come on. Man, these guys are peeking me and everything. Cheeky. Counts. Step back. He counts. I need one more. We're gonna go up the stairs and take a look at our mag situation. Okay. So the mission for Hot Wheels, right? With marking the BTR wheels, it says optional completed as soon as possible. Is there a reason for that, or like does it really matter that much? see if I could draw him in closer. Okay, go done. Boom, done. Okay. We need food and water, ideally, you know, to keep us running. Yeah, definitely a raider. Good ammo, bad ammo. Trash. He's got a nice helmet. Taking the helmet with me. Here, let's check that on here. I wonder if this can go on. I kind of doubt it, but it might work. I do like the helmet just because it's free. Yeah, I know you can fail it by going to customs and marking the wrong tires. Do I want to try fighting the renegades down here? Not really, in all fairness. Right, because the wiki didn't say anything. It just said the optional objective was to thing them to do it like ASAP, and I'm just like, okay, but why? Is it 100%? Yeah. Test control is complete. Hang on. Hot Wheels is complete. It says complete as soon as possible. Oh, for rogues? Let me just check. Good times, no. This one is 0, but this isn't required, so I'm not like super thing about this. Oh, the spawn rate? That I'm not sure. I don't think so. I mean, I can go turn on the command bunker, but... Or turn on... Well, I think they don't start spawning until you turn the light on, right? Or have I misunderstood that? Although we did see them up stairs. Possibly? That's a good point. Oh, good juice. There probably is. But in all fairness, I've already taken out 2 or 3 of them upstairs. But I do very vaguely remember if you turn the power on. Yeah, I'm not a huge reserve fan. I just realized, so you put a message there and it disappeared. Message retracted. Interesting. About the plague? I think it was spelled correctly. I don't want that. Chuck this one. Keep that here. This is whatever. Boom. Take this so I can get the ammo out of it. Oh, like the black. I didn't even notice. Hey, depending on the font you're using, it might be hard to notice. I think we've gotten all the juice we can squeeze out of this run right now. Let's get out of here. This way. Fair enough. Fair enough. I do need to take out scavs, so 28 out of 30, and that's for the Huntsman forest cleaning. I like how it's called forest cleaning, but it can be done wherever. Stupid. They love those grenades. Ooh, the recoil on this is kind of funky. Yeah. It's honestly, I probably have died more from grenades than anything else. They're just insane. The fact that so many of them spawn with it, that's what gets me killed most of the time. It's probably one of the settings. That's not going to fit. It needs... Oh, it has the part on it. Okay. You know what? This is going to come back to me then. Boom, done. Take some money. Take some beverage. The beverage is my right. God, the mag drill skill sucks. Oh, man, I remember back in the day, we used to go in with basically one magazine and a backpack full ammo. It just... I could have sworn I heard somebody running in parallel with me. Yeah, we used to go in with a backpack full ammo and just sit there and load mags for the whole raid and then run out. You didn't see a person because you were sitting in a corner somewhere. I need 2 more scavs, but I do need to come back here, so... You know what? It wouldn't surprise me at this rate. I heard a lot of fighting out this way, like towards the armored train. That's fine, we need to reset anyway. I don't think there's any sniper scavs on this map. Otherwise I would have gone for them. Yeah, the audio, it's they really gotta fix it. Yeah, see, there were raiders. Man, the different iterations that they've tried for audio is so funny. They've tried doing the Unity audio 3 or 4 times. They tried doing some other audio that never ended up getting implemented. They tried Steam audio at least twice, and they tried binaural audio not related through Steam. I would say you probably don't even need to really worry about it, because if anything, I would absolutely wager that they're just silly geese who like to spawn whenever, and some of the mods have affected that. No, I don't need to ensure this. I don't want it, I just want the ammo. Sell this. We're gonna bench this for a second. I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm actually tempted to just dump it. But not before I, like, strip the parts, because there could be useful parts. Okay, chuck this. Actually, leave it here for now. It doesn't fold, even though everything about it makes it look like it folds. Like, that is a folding stock, and it should fold. But for some reason, it just doesn't. I don't understand. Load. Part-wise, what do we want on here? Take this, because I want the stuff on it. This might go. Here, let's put these away because we don't need them. Oh no, this has something on the end of it, doesn't it? One by the way the train comes in, and the chance to spawn or as the train arrives, and for the bunker hermetic lever. Yeah, because the thing is, the mission wants you to do it down there, right? They want you to fight enemies in that area. Let's chuck this on here. Already with the mags. Pistol grip. What is the best grip here? I think it's this one. Don't quote me on that. It looks horrendous. Yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like, if I ever got the chance to do it, I'd look into it, but never got around to doing it, so I just didn't care. And I can never seem to get them to spawn when I'm there, so. This one looks less horrendous. Yeah, they're related to the lever, yeah. And I think they spawned when the raid started, and then they came up to try to fight me. The best grip, this one, it's 2 fewer ergonomics than the one I have currently equipped. Oh, I took that one off. Whoops. Yeah, this one is tied with this Ergo, right? The PSG1 style, and this Grawl S. I personally kind of just like the zipline a little better. The Gen 1. MCX can't change that. That's fine. There's a short barrel, but I think the barrel we have is fine. There's a 12-inch version of this. Okay. Sure, you know what? Let's try using one of these, just because I thought it'd be very interesting. Fuck the Nomad. Some of them might be from mods. Some of them might be from the game itself. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go with the... Oh, hang on. Forgot the music. Again, big thank you to Friend for the music. I'll see if I can get a link somewhere in the chat. Okay. Compressor. Oh, I don't need the bipod thing. Don't really need anything on the side either. Oh, interesting. This is shaping up to look pretty interesting. Last block. By Sig. I could be wrong. I'll have to take a look at the HK416 at some point. That looks fine to me. Go check that in here. Don't really care about this. That in here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to unload these. Hang on. There is a rhyme to my reason. If I could only remember what it was. Here, let's go turn the task in for pest control. And the eraser part 1 to go slap blue car. Now, if I want to do the stuff for the BTR, I have to actually go talk to the man. So, I'll have to go do that at some point. I don't, but I'm very intrigued by how this would work. I do know there's also the trick for putting a CMS in your special slot, but it doesn't work on this version for some reason. So take the mag and the grip off. Okay, yep. Oh! Oh, you mean just do that? Okay, yeah. I did know about it, but it's something I haven't done in a long time. But I did used to do that back in the day, yes. It's just something I haven't had to do in quite a while, so. Yep. I mean, I don't really have to worry about space. I got plenty of space lying around, right? I've got all these mags. I'm not even really interested in some of these mags. Like, these ones are fine, but I'm gonna get specific ones. Yeah, it's. I feel that. Let's get the red tapes. Actually, the blue tape. We get 5 of them. Okay. That way we don't mess them up with anything else. Okay. You know what? I could probably even get another one. Why not? And as the saying goes, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. You know, load. Go look for some extra ammo lying around. Okay, hang on. That stuff's good. Let's take a look. So these are done. That's fine. Good. Not hot delivery, sales night. No. Inventory check. What do I need? What keys do I need for this? I need quite a few keys for this, actually. Hang on a second. Like artist, where can I put this? There's got to be. I wish I could enter chat somehow in onto Streamlabs. Okay, hang on. Idea. Big if true. Here, this theoretically should work. Okay. So that theoretically should. Oh boy. Whoops. So there we go. That, if anyone is curious, is the link for the Spotify artist. Very cool. Thank you. Sorry, the keys. What keys am I looking for here? Okay. So we have the RE-ORB. So we need all three of these. I haven't even seen some of them. I haven't seen these two. I haven't seen any of them, actually. And also we need this key, which I did see, and I might actually have the key somewhere. Okay. Let's take a look. I'm gonna have a bunch of extra keys in here somewhere. I'm sure of it. Yeah, see, there's RBOB. Now, these ones I know I don't have because I had to. Yes, it's all those. The whole thing is simulated. There are no real players. They're all generated, and because they're all generated, you can actually play the system quite a bit. Being that they're all kind of stupid. Okay, so let me just sort this out so I can find any dupes very quickly. 31, 36, blah, 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 blah. I've got 2 company keys. And because it is thing, so right now it says like a max of 39. So there is like I could chuck it for like 38,000 and it should be purchased. And this is like 165,000. And it's so this is basically it's just an AI that basically rolls some dice to figure out whether or not they're buying it. Oh, this one? Yeah. I found that one a while back. It's just I don't typically go to customs super often for dorms right now. Although every time I do go there, I do actually loot the room. And then I know it opens up another door somewhere, but I don't... Oh yeah, the keys. I don't know what mod does this, but it is so useful, right? I would say that this is probably the most cheaty thing that I have active, and I don't know what did it, so I don't know how to fix it. So I'm just sort of going to use it. Got all these dog tags lying around. I could really min-max the combat stuff in my hideout, but I just don't really care enough to. Because especially this is so, like, hundredths or thousands of a percent. Rusty blooded keys for streets. Interesting. I don't know where in streets it's used. I don't think I've ever actually used it. And so on streets at the cinema, right? There on the stairs, there's a door that has a key for that. 1, what key is that? And 2, is that a useful room or is that just a silly room? Here, no, they don't have a durability anymore. So they work like they used to, and that's kind of why I'm happy, because I do miss that system. I understand why they implemented their system. The only key that technically has, quote, durability is the lab access card, because it's like, you know, the cost of entry. Yeah. Hey, look, some of the stuff, it's like the way it used to be, and that's all I care about, right? Some of the things they've added have just made it really, really annoying, and I'm not a huge fan of that, because it's, you know, why you do this. Yeah, so the only things that I have completed right now... And I need to find a Batman figurine for this guy. I mean, it doesn't really matter, because it's, like, modded, but... I want to know where the Batman figurine is, so we're going to go back in reserve at, yeah, 8 a.m. should be fine. Ensure. This is a really good find, this helmet. It was a great find. True. The bloody key on streets, where roughly does that go to? Right, because I don't think it's the one under the Because I have gone to the one under the stairs at the cinema, right? But I don't know what's in there. Every time I go in there, there doesn't seem to be anything in there useful. So I just kind of don't do anything. I also couldn't remember which ACOG was which one. So I just went with this one because it was like, yeah, that's fine, I guess. The map designers have done an amazing job of making a lot of the marked areas feel very awkward. Like they make me feel very uncomfortable. Kilmova 16A is the door, yeah. This was not the optic I had in mind, but you know what? I don't hate it. Where are we? Actually, pretty decent spot. And if we're lucky, glue card's over here. Now, I do remember very, very vaguely that the two rooms in the rooms in Black Pawn and White Pawn, those locked rooms, they're okay, right? I think they had some decent gear in them. Boom, done. By negotiation. Okay, okay. Oh, I did top up in water. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got some water and stuff at some point. Some rounds for my left. Yeah, I see you. I see you. That is a that's a raider, I think. I have to check his gear when I get over there, but I'm pretty sure that's a raider. So this I just have to walk into. Yeah. Hmm. These don't have the windows in them. I'm hearing a lot of movement. I see what you mean about the very high fire rate. I'm not a fan of that either. He was in the middle of healing, which... that stupid audio bug. Take a look at his ammo. 6 is actually not bad. I'm gonna steal his magazines. The stupid thingy sound. Oh. What was he using? Yeah, M80s. I couldn't hear anything because I heard the of the healing. And then I saw it the last second, but man, these guys hurt. Oh well. after all that to make the gun, and it's gone already. Uh, these are all AI. Yeah, there is no real people here. I mean, I'm a real person, and hopefully the other people in my chat are real, but any enemies or whoever that you may see in here is all AI. Yes, yeah, it's basically PvE that has some mods in it to just kind of make it less, just sort of closer to live and with some other quality of life updates. That guy came running around the corner with presumably an FAL. That was too fast for an MDR. Right? I think that was one of the FALs. Oh, I need some armor. It's good. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. There you go. Have ears lying around? Probably not. I'm notorious for not having enough ears. Oh, I do. Ah, look at that. There you go, face. I saw it like very, very briefly, and I almost went to look at it again, but I was like, I'm gonna get shot if I don't pay attention, focus up. Proceeded to get shot anyway because I couldn't hear him. God, you tend to forget like that bug has been in the healing animation for, the healing bug where it makes noise has been in the game for so long. I just didn't even hear it. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't, it's one of those things where at a certain point, you just, like, after you make a certain amount of money, you just sort of stop caring, right? But also, like, that's just Tarkov, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, and you just sort of go, oh well, and you, basically you move on with your life, right? And that's sort of I would say, one of the healthier ways to play this game, right? Because if you just sit there and go, oh my god, if I lose it, what happens if I lose everything? So what if you do? That's Tarkov, right? It is what it is, okay? Don't get me wrong, it is perfectly fine to feel, frustrated, annoyed, or whatever if you die, or especially if you're busy doing something and just out of nowhere you get some random garbage. But like, hey, look, that's part of the game. You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you get back and keep going, right? So that's good. Does that still count? Well, I'm happy we got that one done. Although that was bound to happen at some point anyway. Pistol naked run on factory. Yeah, that's the good way to do it. Sometimes it's a game, right? Have fun. I do have to go to Woods again at some point. I have to go to Customs for Rushala. The thing is, with Woods, I was just a little too late for that. I still have to test drive series, Tarkov shooter. Where is this? The inventory check. Okay, so that still counts. I still have to go back there. Oh, I was hoping I could just get away with it and then run in, grab what I need, and get out again. Actually, you know what? Let's go at nighttime. Just because the thing is uniform, you can just put your night vision on and you don't have to worry about taking your night vision off in the dark place or when it's bright or anything. Just boom, night vision, period. Okay. It's like why I like going at if I go factory, I try to go at nighttime because during the daytime is fine, but like where the places are bright, it's cool. But there's a lot of places where it's too dark to you need a flashlight, but you also don't necessarily want the flashlight, right? So it's just easier to go to nighttime with night vision and boom, you're good to go. In the last episode when we did that, I went to factory 2 or 3 times in a row to finish some stuff up, and I ended up having to PP slap Tagilla a couple times because he just kept showing up out of nowhere. Right? And then I've only ever seen him wear the welder's mask, but when I killed him the second time, he was wearing like the ballistic face shield. Right? Like the one that almost just looks like a hockey mask or whatever. Where did it spawn me? It spawned me on the opposite side of the map. Really, game? Okay. Also, this is like 9 p.m. and it's still bright. Which is, I mean, yeah, if it's the summer, but look at the leaves. The leaves are all orange. I think that's the one, yeah. It's like, it just looks like a piece of dark gray plastic, but I know it is ballistically rated for something. I just don't remember what it's rated for. Right? In the game, it's like, I think, what, a 3 or 4? Which means in real life, it's either a NATO, like a level 2, or it might be a 3A. Oof, sorry about the sun. It's class 4. Yeah, possibly. It's class 4, I think, is NATO 3A. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Russians are actually looking to change from the Ghost system. Right, so they're no longer going to have level 1 through 6, but they're switching over to like the NATO class of armors. Because I think they themselves are also tired of trying to translate it the other way, right? Somebody here in the bushes?
Give up.
What?
We're coming, you hear?
You'll figure it out.
You are going down as all.
Does the door, does this room, like, does it do a U-bend?
Hey, Russian, drop dead.
No, you. Why are there so many of them?
Goddamn rusty. Just fucking die already.
The same magazine? I could have sworn I hit reload. Huh. I've got AP rounds. Whoops. Absolutely said goodbye to his armor. Take the little cultist, sure. I do need to take out cultists for... Sorry, I thought I heard something. I need to take out cultists because I did hear something. I need the key card for Dragnet. Oh. I'm gonna try to get out of here. I think I'm getting sandwiched by Glukar and his buddies. Take this and this, and I'll... Oh, it's a PMC. And I'll, thing is ammo later. Nope. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. it can cover. I don't trust it. Take cover in here for 2 seconds and figure out what's what. If I did drop a magazine, I don't really care about it. How is this? This looks stupid. I don't want it. Drop that. Got an empty mag, a questionable mag, and a 20 mag. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, got... Ooh. I got all sorts of stuff in here. This was a decent call for magazines. Drop this, replace them. That doesn't sound good. I'm only filling these ones up because the Gen 3s are really nice. They've got a window so you can check them really well. And that's just really nice to have. These ones have a slight, like the HKs have a slight speed modifier, and these ones just exist. The regular Stanag is just, they just Stanag. I have no meds. I'm just now realizing this. Oops. On today's episode of how many times is he going to actually do this? The answer might shock you. It's, spoiler alert, it's a lot. None? As long as you get it from the correct website, it is, safe. Unfortunately, I mean, well, fortunately or unfortunately, no. No. That's all good there, and I just need to go to there. All right, because all it like basically all it is its own, like basically like it does its own sort of server. It is essentially what PvE does, except it also has mods. Now, that being said, I can't sort of guarantee, but at the same time, it's prolific enough, and I believe it is open source, and it's prolific enough that I'm sure if there was an issue, somebody would have noticed by now. But I do, correct, it's basic, it was around from before PvE was, and it has access to mods. It's funny how that works, eh? Right. This is very true. This is very true. I know several of the bigger like content creators for Tarkov have actually played around with SPT, and as far as I know, they have nothing about it. Again, I'm not an expert in the field. I couldn't say for certain. I'm just saying anecdotally, I've not had any issues with it. And all the people who use SPT, as far as I know, haven't had any issues with malware. Again, assuming you get it from the correct website, which I can't tell you where, because that's a whole thing that basically is the big no-no, right? But hang on a second. Yeah, I can't tell you where to get it because they don't like that. But I can tell you, it's all open source. And that's it. That's about as much as I can say about it. Although I will say I do completely agree with and like I'm pretty vigilant about. Oh, hang on a second. I am like, please do be vigilant with all of your files. Everybody, it doesn't matter what you're playing. It's always good to do that. Because SPT has the ability to have mods. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. Right? Just as long as you're careful, you get it from the correct website, you're good to go. SPT just has mods that allow you to make the game more difficult, more easy, depending on what you need to hone in your playstyle. Like there's some mods that are very useful. Why do I want mods though? Because there are some changes that, for example, they've made that have just made the game more tedious. For example, the keys. Again, some mod has changed the key tool to a 10x10. I don't know which one it is, otherwise I'll go fix it. But if you remember, keys used to be unlimited uses, and then they changed that. And I don't feel like dealing with the limited uses, so one of the settings I found was I could keep unlimited key usages, right? Another mod I have, a map, right? I have it right now where it's set to only show me, specifically me, where my missions may be, as well as doors and exits, right? This is, that is basically it. Like, if you want to make yourself super action man, you can. If you want to make it a little bit easier, because you don't have very much time, you don't want to be grinding for 30 million years. It can be if you make it that way, right? I can make it easier. I can go on here, I can go to dynamic maps, turn on where the bosses are, the scavs. I think that's cheaty personally. But as I've said in the past about the map, for example, me opening this map, I know where I'm at, right? Exactly. The wiki helps with the tasks. So all this does right now is it cuts out the middleman of me having to go onto the wiki and find where the exits are. I know, or how to find them and stuff, right? Hang on. But sometimes it's nice, like it stops me from having to hang on a second. Let me go find a safe spot and alt tab because I'm looking for a very specific thing. And sometimes I still do. Because sure, it puts for example, onto the tarmac, right? That has a pin. The pin is actually below. And if you look, it's for no place for renegades. It just tells me, hey, there's stuff there. I mean, I'm not entirely sure because you seem very set on malware, which, again, is completely within your right, and I understand. But at the same time, to an extent, like it's not SPT doesn't have malware, and all these other mods are vetted by the community, right? They're all open source. This is not cracked. In order to have SPT, you have to own a legal copy of Tarkov. So I do very much own a legal copy of Tarkov. Yeah, SPT, you have to own a copy of Tarkov. You can't, it cannot be played with a cracked version. I've been playing Tarkov since 2017. SPT has not been around that long. I have no idea if BSG knows. They know that it exists, and they're not doing anything right now about it right now, because it keeps people off their back for, we want mods, we want this, because people just go, we'll play SPT instead. Oh no, I understand that, right? But because I've been playing. You need to have a legitimate copy and have actually paid for Tarkov to be able to play SPT, right? Because it requires the actual, like, basically, you know how when you install it puts files, right? So like it puts the file folder. So all SPT does is you have to copy your own files, right, into a separate folder. So again, these are files you can only get from having a legal copy of Tarkov. And all it does is it essentially takes the place of a server. That's it. So instead of the server being hosted in St. Petersburg or wherever, I don't know where they're, like the North America servers, the server itself is being run on my PC. So my PC is running the game, hosting the game, and streaming at the same time, right? So the setting in the no malware is essentially just, the game is like what SPT itself sort of is literally just, it allows you to run your own server. No. It is very much not a cracked version. You have to own a legal copy, right? I do believe okay, so SPT, the project originally came from hang on, I'm hearing something. It came from a larger team way back in the original version. There's somebody around here. I know I'm not going crazy. There we go. Normal PvE has the option for you to run your own server, and it has the option for you to use a BSG server. However, on PvE, if you are trying to play streets, you are required to use one other server. Well, no, the reason why somebody could argue there was a cracked version is because, okay, and I think this is defunct now. MU Tarkov, right? So MU Tarkov, back in the day, was basically the cracked version of this. And they have made, like, that was a group of people who used to work on this project that said, oh, we want to make a cracked version. So they basically went their separate ways. Labs, I'm not too sure. They went their separate ways because they were like, look, this is not right that you're trying to crack the game. Like, SPT is fine because you have to have a legal copy. MU Tarkov is the cracked version that you might be thinking of. I'll take your word, because I have been playing a little bit of PvE with my dad, right? And so obviously, because we're playing co-op, it is all going to be done through... Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting about the meds. Because we're playing co-op, it is done through the servers regardless. So I believe Labs is done on... can be done either or. But if you're playing co-op with your friends, again, both of you have to have legal copies of the game and the expansion for the arena. No, you very much cannot. Any PMC, and there are a couple that I've taken out here. Okay. I've taken out these 4 PMCs. These are all AI. Okay. There are mods that, and the thing is, when you play PvE, if you know how the AI works, you can really, like, you can screw around with the AI. You know how it is, right? But there are mods that change how the AI work in SPT. Right? And because of that, it's almost like playing live. Like, it's like better, if that makes sense. Like, you remember how Call of Duty used to have like mixed bot difficulties? It's kind of like that sort of idea. Honestly, because one, as someone who has played a lot of PvP, I just sort of got tired of the cheaters. I got tired of having to do everything within a certain amount of wipe. I got a life, like, you know what I mean? I ended up getting a life. So having those constant wipes thing, like, I just sort of got burnt out from playing PvP. I took a 2.5-year break from playing PvP. And then I came back to PvE, played it, was like, oh, it's not bad. Heard about SPT and started it up, right? Because I heard about the mods, I can make it basically back to the good old days, essentially. Yes, Sane is the mod I'm using. There's different presets, right? Yeah. Well, the thing is, you can tell the cheaters, but back when I played, like, I don't know how it is right now, but back when I played, the cheaters were horrendous. They were so bad. Like, we literally had people doing like the loot vac. I'm still sure the loot vacuum is a thing. Come on, move. Yep, that's why. For some reason in this preset, the AI are grenade crazy. Okay. It's also entirely possible, depends on your region as well, because when I last played, they didn't, like right now, I think there's a cap, right, on your ping. If you have more than 100 ping, it'll boot you off the server or something like that, right? Or did they change how that works? Because I do vaguely remember that being a thing last time I played, so yeah. You know what? That is a completely fair concern. But the thing about, hang on a second. The thing about the Sanes mod with the AI, the way it works is it actually makes it so it's not the same. Like the AI you can cheese very easily normally, and these guys can be cheesed, don't get me wrong. But trust me, they're a little harder to cheese. True, I agree with that statement, but at the same time, there are also things like this where if you don't want to take a risk or anything, that is also completely understandable. Is that glue car? Yes, that is glue car. I have to check my mags at some point soon. My mod list, I don't have it active, like, you know, anywhere. Hang on a second. I don't have it, like, immediately available right now. But if you check, I believe I made a post on it on my channel, and if you check the first episode in the series, the pinned comment should have it on there. Hang on. No, that is a completely valid opinion. I get it. I just like the ability to be able to tweak the ability. Like, I like the ability to have a challenge, but also not have the fact that, like, if I don't complete it in like a week or two or whatever I don't know what the current wipe system is. I think November 11th. Personally, to me, that's the thing. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, like, you can check it out. It is it's not hard to install. And again, as long as you own a legal copy, no, it usually is around 6 months, but like it can depend. Like right now, they did like a mini wipe, like the soft core wipe, which I've seen a little bit about, and I kind of like it because it reminds me a little bit of what Tarkov used to be. This one. Right, sometimes they're 6 months, sometimes they're way longer. Oh, these are good, actually. I want these. Yeah. Okay. Now, for the mods, right? For the mod list, I just want to let you know your mileage may vary on how it works. So far, this has been very stable for me, knock on wood. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Gotta move. He's gonna throw a grenade at me. Yep. Whoa. Hang on a second. The way that the mods work... Who is this guy? It's based on the SPT version. So some mods will get defunct, but then people will update them. Like, you know, like, if you know how Steam mods, like the workshop works, you know, it kind of works like that. Although it's not, there's no forced requirements, so. What the heck was this dude? Who was this man? He was just a raider. Correct. These are all community made and they're all open source. So you can vet each and every single, go through all the files for each and every single one of them. It's all free. Well, okay. The mods and SPT itself are free, but you need to have purchased the game. That being said, hang on a second. If you know the Steam Workshop, those mods are free. How is that not sketchy? Right? The Minecraft mods, those are also free. How are those not sketchy, right? Yeah, I think they kind of have to keep them free to keep SPT where it is right now, as Steam isn't secure. Oh, I know it's not secure, but it's just one of those things where you kind of like, you just sort of have to accept that if you want to try it, there's some sort of risk for it. But people do this out of just the love for the game. Literally, when I say the game, I both mean like modding as well as Tarkov itself. Are there malicious ones? I'm sure there might be, but the community is vigilant enough to keep an eye on that sort of self-police, so. It's been a thing for quite a while. I'm not entirely sure when they started, but I'd say at least 2-3 years, or no, 2 is too short. At least 3, maybe 4 years, maybe even longer. I couldn't say for certain. If you guys know the way AI in Battlefield 2 worked with their grenades, that's what this reminds me of. These guys, oh! These guys throw grenades like crazy. I don't know if they would count, but the problem is also because they were all originally part of the same sort of like crew way back. To an extent, my understanding is MU Tarkov is a break off of SPT. So SPT started first, but then there were people who wanted to let it work with cracked versions. The main group of SPT said, no, we don't want that. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming. I'm happy I ended up fighting Glukar. I was expecting to have to go through the slog of trying to hunt him down and everything, but that was so decently painless. I do at some point have to go slap, what's his name? Sturman on wood, send Rashala on custom, so I'm not sure which one I'm going to take next. Yeah, and then as a personal rule, so my goal is to get Kappa, And if I can also prestige, very cool. But Kappa is the main sort of thing. And my hard limit for that is November 11th, right? Which is when 1.0 comes out. Which is a combination of just that way I have a hard point to stick to. And also the fact that I would imagine if they wanted to really sort of do anything about SPT, they would do it once 1.0 comes out. So that's why I'm trying to like just get it all finished. If I get it, great. If not, then you know the series ends there. So literally scavs running around here while I'm trying to get out. It is fun. At least I like to think it is. A thorax shot. I thought I hit him in the face. Oh, and like also like Tarkov, once you get the Bitcoin farm going, I did try that before, like before I started the series, but I really didn't like it. Like I think it got really frustrating to the point where I didn't want to think it anymore. It was hard to make myself play. Like this is like I've died 2 or 3 times already this stream, and that's perfectly fine by me, right? Like I don't care about dying. It's just once you die a certain amount of times, you know what I mean? Like it's really frustrating, right? So I gotta go through all this stuff here. I don't even really want this. I just wanted his ammo. I saw the white tips and I was like, I need them. That there. Oh boy, here we go with all this stuff. Got another Liga medal, which is nice. Okay. I am not entirely sure what my survival ratio is, although I would imagine it's actually it might not be horrendous. Let's take a look. Oh, okay. You know what? 61%. I honestly am not entirely sure why. Okay. That's the PMC. 63, 27. Huh. I can't even believe I did 11 scav raids, although I probably did it very early on. Right. What do we got here? Sell, keep these. Sell. This is from a mod. I don't even know why I got it. I just did. It looked kind of cool. And that's the beauty of SPT. You can do that. You can say, hey, that looks cool. And you get it. You know? Do I want this? Nah. I do periodically check for different weapon mods, but the problem is, like, I'm so far into this series that I don't want to get it, because if it breaks something, the series is essentially gone, right? And I'd feel really bad about that. There's a lot of really cool stuff in here. One of the mods is Painter. Yeah, let me just double check. Okay. Just checking that I don't have, like, completely horrendous ammo lying around or whatever. Or just a random magazine. Okay. Also, this thing, like this shield, the Holtzman shield is a mod, and I only have it just specifically to, like, to tank an extra round, maybe, right? That is all. Yeah. The Holtzman shield or the TTC? The TTC is meh. Like, it's kind of okay for money, but once you get money, it doesn't matter. And then the shield is nice to just, I have it, like, it's by default. It's something like you get level 10 armor or whatever everywhere. And I'm like, that's way too much. Right? Oh, yeah, if you give me 1 second, I'll actually show you. He has quests. Right. It literally, I'm not even joking. it doesn't really, like, you probably have already seen, I've died at least twice already, right? Like, it doesn't, I tried to balance it myself, so it's down to, like, level 3 armor. And, you know, like, level 3 is not very much. I think this one is required. I believe this one is also required. There's a dependency you have to get. At least one. I just don't remember which one it is. Factory Chief. And then the cap. I need to do that too. Outcast, I don't think so. Administrator, I don't know. Big game, probably. Eraser Part 2. Hang on, I'm just gonna pop open the Tarkov wiki over here. Huntsman. Path. Okay. Administrator. I have secure perimeter. Controller. Eraser Part 2. I was saying at some point, I kind of wish there was a little logo on here that said it was for Kappa or not, so I don't have to do this. Administrator is not required. Controller is, I do remember that one. Eraser Part 2 is... Big Game, Evil Watchmen, Outcasts. Big Game is not. Evil Watchmen is. Outcasts also is. Which is not too bad. Oh my god, that sounds ridiculous, but also kind of fun. I can only imagine, like, if you came out on top, just imagine all the things for that. Claustrophobia is required. Ugh. Man, this guy has a lot of things that I have to do. This junkie. Big Game is not required. Man, there's so many things. I'm just sitting here like, what do I do? Crisis. Meds. Oh, here's the vitamin. Somebody was telling me about vitamins. Done. Figure out the molluscopes. Hang on. Scope. It's opth. Thank you. 3. X. 2. And I had this setting is because back in the day you didn't need to have found in raid, and the found in raid system is okay, but I've had a lot of conversations about it where it's like some of it's kind of dumb if you really think about it. Yeah, Tagilla and Killer are not a fun pair to fight. Meds. 17 sets of meds. File. Yeah, I understand why it is the way it is, but I don't like it. So that's 12 and 5. Because some of it doesn't make sense. Like when I was doing the like the sledgehammer for the wall, right? Imagine if somebody came up to you on a job site and said, hey, I found this sledgehammer on the side of the floor. I'm going to use it at the job site. You'd be like, bro, what are you doing? If you bought it, okay, fine, whatever. Or if you inherited it from your grandfather, I can kind of understand. But, oh, I found it on the floor and somewhere in like the back of a dilapidated shop. I'd be like, all right. But why? Couldn't you just get a new one? Crisis. Boom. I think that one is required. Man, I normally would record like prior to the last like 2-3 weeks, I was recording everything instead, but just I'm looking at it, it's so much more time efficient to stream than it is to record, that it's like, there's basically no way in hell that I could actually get this done, right? Yeah. Well, I find that's not even just the bosses. I find the AI can be that way too. It's insane. Oh, she has the medicine container. I do also like that you can make profit on the flea market if you're paying attention to who sells for what. Is always pretty good. Like, for example, one of those stimulants was 55,000 to a therapist, but sometimes you get stuff like that for like 20 grand on the flea market. So you know what? I'll do it in dollars. Why not? See, this is sort of like where I go, what do I do now? Because it's like there's so much stuff. Like, these are all quests I have to do for Kappa, and I'm sure there's more, right? And you're like, how do I basically try to maximize my per raid missions, right? Factory chief, customs. You can go to customs. There's stuff to do on customs. Yeah, I do like the different like the different personalities, but I've had some really weird like AI that basically just came over to me like and they didn't want to fight. And I was like, why are you like what is why are you here? Oh, PMC's the stun effect. Customs, do I want to go to customs? Go fight Rashala? Go to customs. Evil Watchman, the Rashala, and then I can also slap some sniper scavs from a distance. Well, no, the thing is, right? Like, those are specifically mods, or those are specifically quests that are part of thingy. God, what is it? I don't even remember what it's called. My brain is just hates is for Kappa. These are all official quests. Okay, there are that many of them. Right. I still have to do the one on woods under the effective medicine drug, right? Yeah, junkie. I still have junkie to do, right? There's so much to do. All right. Sure. We're going customs. Yeah, we'll go daytime. It's fine. Sure. Oh, sorry, I forgot the guy's music. I have a really bad habit of that because I'm just so used to, like, even though it's been a thing, I'm just so used to not having the music because I only ever do that when I'm recording, so I know when to edit out or speed up or do any of that stuff, that it's so ingrained for that anytime like I'm here in the menu, I just forget to turn the music back on. I feel really bad. But he was very gracious, and I do very much appreciate him for letting me use his music. I know that there is a rather useful mod I saw somewhere that makes it easier to like tab out of the game because sometimes it's very awkward to do that. So when I started playing Tarkov, mine was a rig that basically I got from Costco that I found a 960 super clocked and then chucked a 970 in there when I got one. Oh, if you're talking about like the map is so nice. It's the dynamic maps mod. And I'm going to show like, this is what I have it configured to. Okay. So you can see I can, friendly player marker. I have these turned off, but if I put them on, it'll tell me where they are. And I thought that was a little too much. Quests, extracts, all that stuff. There's things for BTR, airdrops, hidden stashes, any of that stuff. I thought it was a little too much. The quest tracking mod is also very useful. Right. This is such a great map for sniper scavs. There's at least 4 that I can think of. Oh, the tabbing out mod? Yeah, that one is useful. I don't have it though. I never looked into that one. It is, but it's one of those things that's good to it's nice to have, but it's also bad to have because then sometimes you lean on it too much. How far do you think that guy is? That guy is about 150. Missed. Currently, where is this guy? Is this 200? What is this? No idea. I should be empty. Yeah. I then ran this game on a rig with a 270 Super and a bunch of stuff. Right now, I've got 64 gig of DDR5 with, I want to say, 4800 megahertz, because I didn't need it too much. I have an i9 14900K and a 4090. And I got, like, it's one of those things that is, technically speaking, a pre-built, but trust me when I say this, whoever entered it, like, put it on the thing, I think they put the, oh no, that wasn't me who took him out, was it? I think they accidentally fat fingered it and put the wrong thing. They had accidentally put the wrong price. So it was like, well, you know. And then I've had to, like, it's sort of custom built, because I've had to move stuff out. Is it just me or are these bullets not working? Hey, you know what? That sounds like a dream compared to what I used to run it on. Oh my god, I think it's the goons! I think that's the goons. I hate the goons. The goons are easily my least favorite boss of all time. You know what? That is a great point. Probably not, in all fairness. And I don't think I brought any spare ammo for this, so... Although, if this is the goons, they're not pushing, which is a little funky for the goons. Yeah. I knew a guy who played Tarkov way back in the day on a MacBook Pro laptop, and he would crash out of all the maps. And it was so funny because he would he would crash in the middle of a factory on the floor, and he would survive the raid. It was almost infuriating, really. Man, I haven't seen, like, there was a whole group of guys I used to play with way back in the day. Good times. One of my earlier episodes, I was on Interchange, and I had talked about the fact that I got killed by Drewski. Not all of them are not all of them are by law. It's just, it's easier they're considered shotguns, and for the most part, they are, they're more hybrid barrels. So half the barrel is rifled and half is smoothbore. Oof. You know, the funny thing about Tarkov as well is, where do I need to go? Something in Fortress. Off in dorms. So let's head over to Fortress and see what we need there. Um, I don't remember what I was going to say. What was I talking about? I find this happens a lot, both when I record and stream, right? Because like you're trying to keep conversation going as well, but Tarkov itself, it's not like Minecraft where you can sort of shut your brain off and do your thing and talk. It's like you have to like very carefully split your attention, right? And also it's like if you imagine watching a game, right? Like if you have to watch Tarkov while playing Tarkov, do you know how many times it's like, was that sound I heard in game or what was that? Happens so often. What am I here for? Capturing outposts. I don't care about capturing outposts. Yeah. We have an 8R, meh. Swap mags. How much do I have? Not sure yet. One in here, and I got one in the chamber. So I've got 2 shots left of the rifle, which again is such a sexy gun. Like I love it. The weapon customizer. Do you mean like the builds? Because if you mean the weapon builds, I play around with it a little bit, but I don't tend to save them. Right, like where you can edit builds to do stuff. I don't tend to save them. I think I have like 1 or 2 saved, and that's kind of it. Oh, weapons customizer. I don't recognize the mod then. What does it do? Oh. Oh. See, I hadn't heard of this one, but I love the sound of it. I have mentioned it before, like the concept, obviously, of being able to move your attachments. Because surely, in real life, a PMC would be like, I don't like the eye relief on this thing, right? And play around with it. Hang on, who do we got there? There's somebody behind that sign. He just looks like a regular scav. Well, time to head to dorms. Yeah, yeah. For especially the eye cups. I hate the eye cups in this game with a passion. That's an AK of some sort. Slower firing, larger sounding, so 7.62. What I don't like about this is, hang on a second. That's Rashal's bodyguard. Because the thing popped up that said 1 out of 3 for his guard. I had 0 before. Rashal is here at dorms. Oh. Interesting. One of the mods I have is like a door breacher mod that allows you to breach doors with ammo, and it's dependent on ammo type and door type. So if I have a big enough bullet, I could breach through this door, assuming the door is openable in the first place. There you go. That's Rashala down. That's just a regular scav. Where are his goons? It is nice, however, it can feel a little bit cheaty, obviously. So for my... Somebody just pushed up on me there. Yeah, yeah. Somebody out in the bushes behind me. Let's go up the stairs. Some of the things I do, like I've done in the past, where if it's a door I don't have a key for like, you know, the marked key. The stupid barrels. Ugh. Right? Like, I have the marked key now, but if I didn't have the marked key and I want to show you guys what's in it and whether or not it's worth it. Okay. I would basically pop the door open for you guys. What the hell? See what I mean? Like, that was a bear. He didn't do anything. It is so good. So good. Give me that TT. Yeah, it's... I can't figure out what that is... Like, why that is a thing. It's just one of those things I just... You know... Smile and nod, basically. So I need his other... I'm not entirely sure. It might be like a custom one from one of the other mods. I'd have to double check at some point. Hang on. I don't know if that was a woodpecker or a gun. Right? So I've just unlocked the door, right? But for purposes, like education purposes. Ta-da. Right? And I'd be like, if I didn't have the key and I wanted to show you guys the stuff you can kind of get in here, I would shoot the door open and then be like, look, here's an ammo case, here's an M60, here's this, you know, some decent stuff in here. And then I'd walk out because I didn't sort of earn that. Yeah, that's probably why some of these things are real funky. Is what tweak? If you're talking about the door breaching, yes, there are some tweaks, but it's very sort of like this or that, you know, this or that being. Do you want to be able to breach the door open at all time in like cheaty modes, regardless of what you're using? Do you want it to be only be like certain doors that aren't reinforced? Do you want like that? Like I don't remember all the specific things in there, so. You know what, at this point, just unload this beam at the 60 rounder. I don't even care. I have a space for the M60. Hang on. I don't know if it necessarily goes that specific. That being said, there is a very specific breaching round you can buy from, I believe it's Mechanic for 10,000 rubles per round, and it's specifically designed for shotguns and 12 gauge shotguns and doors. So that would probably is what you're looking for. Like there's already a specific type, right? Or if you can also have it set where basically you kind of give it that sort of suspension of disbelief, as it were, where you're like, you know, you have your own sort of rule about it. The way I have the thing for this door, where if I have a door that I don't have the key for loot, I'll pop it open so people can see what's in there to see whether or not the key is worth it. That being said, yeah. That being said, there are some doors or some things where I kind of make a reason for, like and I make an in-lore universe for it. For example, the mission that requires you to go to dorm 220. Okay. So I have the key on this, obviously. Well, actually, I don't even have the key anymore. But the mission specifically tells you whatever you're looking for is in dorm 220, right? So if my guy knows that this is in 220 and he doesn't have the key, do you think in real life he's just going to go, whoops, I forgot the key? No, he's going to look at the door, like at the doorknob and go bang, bang, and shoot the door open, right? So to that extent, like just because I think that is technically realistic, right? That's sort of why I take that very specific line of thinking for that. Like, I try not to shoot doors open, right? In places that wouldn't make sense for me to shoot doors open. That being said, it's not impossible to shoot doors open by accident. And it's like, it's one of those things where if you're shooting at someone and he walks past the door and your bullets hit the door opens. You know, it kind of is what it is, right? So let's hope the other guard is still hanging around here somewhere. Is this MPX sitting good? A good ammo? Not really. I'll have to take a look at my skills soon. Well, no, that is true, right? But at the same time, one, if it's an accidental thing, it just sort of, it is what it is. And two, a 5.56 isn't necessarily meant to breach a door, but you know what I mean? Like, if you need to get in there, you are going to do whatever it takes, come hell or high water, to get in there, right? Like, you are opening that door. And again, like, the beauty of it is... Hang on a second. The beauty of it is, you know, in this, like, the essence of it, it's literally just me, right? Like, that is me. It's like, that is a decision I made, and I can play, like, you know what I mean? Like, there is the playset of, you know, I pick it because it's cool, and that's good enough for me. That is a great question. I haven't tried it. It might only be specific melee weapons. I believe there's an option for that. So you can only do it with, like, the crowbar or the certain axes. So, for example, the Red Rebel's not going to really be opening anything. Oh, no, I know you can do it. Heck, I even remember Medal of Honor Warfighter, was it 2010 or something like that, that had that system in there, like with the different breaching abilities. I don't doubt it, right? Gun went click there. It is so good. 2010 was good, and was it Warfighter was the one after that, was also good. It's not quite as good, but it was still very good. Right, I liked the first one better, right? Because it had some absolute amazing bangers of a soundtrack with Linkin Park. Oh, and for like the missions here with the PMCs, I tend to not worry too much about them because I find that the PMCs tend to navigate towards you. Not always guaranteed, but I do find that sometimes they'll come your way. Right? Because the AI, I think I also have questing bots and stuff in here. So the AI will come by places where like, you know, high quest like items and stuff. I think for me, oh my god, if that's another Zeus, I'm gonna giggle. At this point, I should just start displaying Zeuses in my hideout. I think this is Zeus number like 6 or 7 or something like that. Kind of, but also like they're not as adamant about it, right? But you tend to find that they will navigate their way that way. Also, I have 2 labs access cards, 200,000 rubles and 500 US dollars on my person. Are these white tip? Yes. Based. This guy could have really, really messed me up. Hang on. It is always important to know how to do that. He didn't fire a single round of that, by the way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you see what he was carrying? How am I still okay? What the heck? I have no idea. Jesus Christ. Look what he's got on him. Look what he's got. Why do you have a boobin? I don't understand these bots, man. Also, his chest rig is gone. Yeah, he is John Tarkov himself. Oh my god, HP rounds. Give me that. Doesn't fit. I don't actually want the gun. I more want the ammo than anything else. Yeah, I just want the ammo, really. Where was his chest rig? Or was he just gonna go like, I use the drum mags and that's it? How many of that is, I need one more PMC to show up and we can accidentally complete Evil Watchman. That is so silly. Does Evil Watchman work in the 2-story dorm as well? Because could you imagine I open this up and surprise, it's another PMC? Like, that'd be really funny. It does? Oh no, why have you done this? Why have you told me about this? Look, I like Door Kickers 1 a lot. I love Door Kickers 2. It was so good. So I feel like I've seen it, but I was like, ooh, and just kind of went like, you know, recognized the fact that I saw it and left it at that. But I mean, like, that sounds really good. I'm gonna have to go through and look. They just did an update, right? And I believe in the update was they've ported some of the Door Kicker 1 maps over to Door Kickers 2. So I wonder how that works. I do need water. Yeah. Did they ever figure out multiple floors yet, or is that not a thing yet still? Is the little red dot on the table there? There's the Beerus fast fire? Nah. See, that's the one thing that made me really sad about that that game. right? Like it's such a. I mean, I don't. No, they had it in Door Kickers 1, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can kind of see why they would think that, like why they would have that opinion. Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. If they had it in 1, why can't they get it done in 2? I know it's obviously it's different, and coding is obviously going to be much different. Is FMJ okay? FMJ is all right. I prefer when I took out Kaban and he had 3 of these things completely full of LPS rounds. That was good. Where is Rashal's other guard? I need to kill him. Killed this guy. Doesn't he usually have like 3 to 5 guards? Please don't tell me it's 2 to 5 and I just got really unlucky. Because I'd cry. Yeah. Oh, thank God for the water. Yeah, I feel you on that. It's one of those things where you're like, come on, guys, but at the same time, they're so good at the job and everything that, like, it's like, okay, you know what? I can kind of forgive it a little bit. Not really. Like, if you already have the main game of Tarkov downloaded, that's basically most of the job done, right? I believe on the... Again, I can't mention the website by name specifically, but on the website for the mod, there is, like, they don't really do regular installation anymore. It's now done through the installer, which is basically like a one-click shop. So it is very easy now. This is true. This is true. Right? Although that's not stopped any other companies before. I'm looking at you, Void Interactive. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Right? And Andy, I know it seems kind of like, bro, why can't you just, like... The whole point of SPT, like, for streaming, when people were given permission, was you're allowed to play it, but you cannot say where you got it. Right? So, it is, it's not crazy difficult to find. So, that I would believe. And those games just go so well together. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of Ready or Not. Like, I have the, I don't remember what it's called. I'm going to call it the FBI edition, because I don't remember what they called it. Right? But the, like the supporter edition, right? Back when everything was called the FBI edition, but they had to change that for obvious reasons. I've S-ranked every mission except for all of the stuff on the second DLC, and that's because I was playing with friends of mine, and then we just never got around to playing through the second DLC. It's a bit of a shame, but, you know, it is what it is. You know what? That's fair enough, and that's typically why most people go here, right? And it's very customizable with mods. Oh man, I almost kind of wish you were here earlier when we had Dixon, right? So you could see like the thing. Okay, so you have a copy already. Obviously, you have 7,000 hours in PvP, right? So you already have a legit copy. They do. The mods, they do have the mods. The mods are really nice. And it can be very, very useful. For example, this helmet I think is actually from a mod. Not obviously the night vision or anything, but like the actual helmet itself. I'm sure I have something else that's from a mod, but I don't know. Right. What was I going to say? Allegedly, they're working on, or they're going to have mods available for PvE, but we'll see that if it ever does show up. So obviously, because like I've been around since before the console update, And as someone who's played both versions pretty extensively, I would say that, quite honestly, it is really, really good for what it is, right? And when it comes to the whole thing of the censorship, I understand. I don't necessarily, you know what I mean? Like, I don't agree, but I kind of understand, right? And how do I put this? The censorship itself isn't the worst thing, but it does very much change the tone of some of the missions in a way that, like, it can be creepy, but in a different way that doesn't quite match, right? Like, I was playing with my brother, and he's on PlayStation, and if you know, was it Valley of the Dolls? It's the one with the party and basically like up in the hills, where you're down and with all the photos on the wall. The photos that I was seeing were much, much different than the photos that he saw, right? SCP-5K is pretty good, but it's not finished yet, unfortunately. Which is like one of the things that's holding back. And the updates are fairly slow, so the community is pretty quiet over there. Yeah. Yeah, well, with both uncensored and censored, it is creepy, right? But it is a different kind of creepy on both, right? Like, one is like spooky creepy, and the other is like, I feel gross kind of creepy, if that makes sense. Otherwise, I don't really care too much about the Gilly Man has his Johnson covered now. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. I haven't done the port mission since the update. My brother in Christ, this is Zeus number 8. If I drop this on the floor, I would not shed a tear. I have, for some reason, the AI, like, because the AI can have weapons with pretty much anything on them. At this point, I've collected about 7 or 8 of them in my stash. So, yeah, basically. Because I haven't played the port mission since the update. I don't know how, like, I mean, I know how they censored it, but I don't know, like, sort of the, quote, the quality of the censorship. See, I can't open this door. I don't have the key for it somehow. But if I pop this door open, because it's made of metal, I can't open it. Unless there's something I could do with that, but I don't know. Right? All I know about that mission is the... Did I see that light up? Is they have underwear, and that's fine, right? But it's one of those things where, like, when I saw the screenshots, the underwear was clean, and I was like, so you're telling me that they're trafficking these people, but they have the thing to give them clean underwear? Like, you know what I mean? It's almost a bit of a logical disassociation. But I mean, like, other than that, I don't really care. I am more annoyed about the visual downgrade. It's a huge downgrade, right? Like, they reduce the amount of space it takes up by half, and that's cool, but they may go from, like, really high quality textures to something that I probably saw on a PS4, right? Oh, okay, so, I don't know, like, I'm sure, again, there's always weird stuff going on with mods. For example, this. This is the 3rd or 4th of them I've seen. Yes, I know about, right? I get at that. Do I get FPS with SPT? Yes. Yeah, you can. And also, well, here's the thing. Don't forget, so you have to host this, right? So depending on how good your PC is, it should be fine, right? But I'm also streaming it. So I'm sure if I stop streaming, it would probably run a bit smoother. And I don't have DLSS on, although I have a good rig. So, I mean, I'm a bit biased for that. This is true. And there are mods that can make it more, make it more efficient. But I don't know too much about them. So I couldn't tell you specifically. If that's your setup, that's pretty similar to mine. Unless you're telling me my own setup and I just don't remember the specifics. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You are definitely going to be able to run better than live Tarkov, and that's also because you don't have to worry about lag. Right? That's a huge thing. Is this guy dead? Of course he is. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty close to mine, right? You have the 1300K. I think I have the 1400K, right? Because the one I had way back was an i7 47 something, a 4700 I think KF or whatever, and the 970. And I struggle to play a lot of maps. So the maps that I tend to dislike are maps from back then. For example, Woods, because Woods ran so poorly, and I had such a bad experience on it. That's why my hatred of Woods comes from. This map does. So this map right now, and I'm just gonna hang on. I'm gonna clear out any scavs or whatever here first, maybe. That would be okay. So the map right now tells me where I am. It tells me the transit locations. It tells me my exits, and it tells me the doors that I can or cannot lock. Like, so if it's a red door, I don't have the key. If it's a green door, I have a key, right? This is customizable. So if I wanted to, I could turn on the scav and player markers. So now if I close this and I open it up, I can see that there's a scav about 20 feet to my right. There are no bosses. There's 2 PMCs over at Big Red, right? All the bosses are dead right now. There is allegedly a scav at dorms, and there's one south of Sniper Hill. Okay, but yeah, there's 2 PMCs over at Big Red heading towards storage, right? So you could see why I don't use that, because that to me is very, very cheaty. The other stuff is fine, but like I will check sometimes here, right? Because I can also do friendly corpses, player kill corpses, and all these other corpses, and all the skulls that you see around here are all like dead people. All the red ones are caused by me. All the white ones have been caused by somebody else. And the pink one is a dead boss, right? Those ones are okay. I personally don't like them because it just clutters the map. There's one for hidden stashes. Hang on. And you can see there's quite a few, right, that are around. I don't use them because I don't really care too much about stashes. And again, this is like a lot of this stuff is stuff that can be found on Wiki, but it just sort of saves me having to juggle like 3 different things open. Airdrops, if there are any. I don't think there's any right now. There isn't, but if there was, it'd show up as a little like a chest or whatever. I don't remember. Obviously, the BTR is not in this map, so you're not going to see it. Now, wish-listed items. I actually never have tried this before. It doesn't show me because there's not anything I have on the wish list. Right? The backpacks is also really useful. Okay. For example, so I'm wearing this backpack here that I have insured I came in with. So I'm going to chuck it on the ground, and I'm going to run this way. And you'll notice behind me there's a little green backpack. That's because that was the backpack I was wearing when I came in, and I put it down on the ground. But yeah, there should be a scav somewhere around here. Yep, here he is. But he is one of these. He almost reminds me like of the sausages, Sosigs from was the hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. Except they just don't exist. So. Oh, he has a key on him. An X-ray room key. Sure, don't mind if I do. For some reason, the key tool, one of the mods has just completely blown it out of proportion to 10 by 10. I don't know which one it is, and I don't feel like diving in the code for it. One of the mods I've actively put somewhere, or one of the settings, makes all the keys unlimited uses again. So you say you have... Exactly, yeah. You say you have 7,000 hours. When did you join it? Like, when did you buy into Tarkov? Right? Because if you are from far enough back, you'll remember that the keys didn't used to have durability. And that was nice back in the day. Good times. Good times. Miss the alphabet. Yeah. So yeah, because what I started in July of 2017, and then I upgraded to EOD in early, I think, August of 2017. And I missed, if you remember, they had the thing where they did the 2 weeks, right? The 2 week alpha. Oh, look at that! The Giving Tree has actually given me something. They had the 2 week alphas that like the passes that you could give, and if you had done it early enough, you actually got a full alpha copy instead of a 2 week copy. It was like a 2 full copies you could have given away, and I missed that by like a day or two. So, I mean, obviously I didn't know until much later, but yeah. Yes, combo. Sometimes you get some stuff on the floor, not very often. A hat. Didn't that require you to have the map in your inventory? I vaguely remember that being a thing that they got rid of. I personally never used it. Right? But also back when I played, you couldn't, like, basically you can kind of pick a little bit, but it was, customs was always like the one lane, and it was always like everyone started on the left and pushed to the right. Right? I remember when you could go in on, hang on, 2 guards. I only got 2 guards, unfortunately. You remember the days of Factory when it was a 6-man and there was the 5-man? There was 6 specific locations. Thank you, I appreciate it, man. There was 6 locations. So if you and 4 other friends went in, you sounded off where you were, and you went to hunt down that last guy. That was so stupid. I mean, it was like the fun kind of stupid, but I always felt horrendous for the other guy. Always, it was so bad. Yeah. TT is good. These, I don't know. I'll have to deal with this at some point. I have another one of these. I don't even know what to do with. I just have all this ammo. It's like, what do I do with it? Let's see. Hang on. I don't know why this is in here. Get out of here, Xeno. Hey, thank you, man. Where is it? No, it's in here. I have, hang on, we have 1 Zeus and a Shaken. Is this actually 69? Wow. Ish. I've tried to do it every day, but then I stopped doing the weekend so I could do a stream. Then it was a whole thing, and then I've missed some, obviously, because I've been busy with, you know how life is, right? So it's mostly days. So hang on, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this was Zeus number 6. I apologize, I lied earlier. Chuck this over here or something. I don't even know anymore. That was nice to get done. Did I not do anything else? I used to, but I found that, like, after streaming a long time there on Twitch, I found that they didn't really actually recommend anybody. Like, I'm talking, I went about a year without getting a single follower. They just, and it was like I was playing different stuff too. Like, it's not like I was just playing some random game that no one's going to watch. Like, I was playing all sorts of different stuff, and just, I didn't, like, there was no new people. So it was just like, you know what? Let's go see how YouTube goes. And that's been going so good so far. Right. I used to do a lot of editing and stuff on thingy videos. But if you watch, like, some of, like, for example, the Battlefield videos, right? Like, I put hours and hours and hours of editing into those, right? And some of them just basically didn't go, like, they got like 6 views, right? And I was like, why am I putting so much time and effort into that? So I started doing the series where basically I would record it. There'd be very minimal editing, right? It'd be a little bit of, like, you know, cut of loading in on loading into the raid, or let me speed up because nothing's going on, all that stuff, right? So yeah, the last couple, like, and I've been doing that for a while, but recently I was sitting there like I didn't have time to get a video, so I figured I'd stream it. And just the amount of time required to stream is just so much more efficient, right? So right now my stream has been going for about 2.5 hours. I have gotten 3 raids done. If I was recording in a 45-minute to an hour episode, that would be 45 minutes to an hour to play, 20 to 30 minutes to edit, 20 to 30 minutes to encode, and another 20 odd minutes to upload, right? So the box under the therapist. So sorry, what's the top left under therapist? Oh, this one? This is probably from a mod. And it's essentially like, so you know how an ammo case works, right? Which is a 49, like it's a 7x7. You can get this very early on for about 40,000 rubles, and it gives you a 4x2 just for ammo. It helps a little bit early on with storage. So mods, man. Mods. His whole thing is he just basically has a color swapped armor and mags and stuff. Like he doesn't. I didn't even realize this guy sells M61. I didn't even like he has his own quests to do. But like it's all modded, it doesn't really matter. His stuff mostly is for looks, right? Like he's got a Ronin helmet that just looks like a, you know what I mean? Like the Ops Core helmet. These are actually almost worse than the regular helmets because they can't put everything you put on a regular helmet, right? Some stuff for looks. They got these combat belts that take a tactical, like as a tactical rig. They're not very good. They are look, he even has the US helmets, right? Like, you know, these are the ones you get early on and they're pretty good, right? Because I mean, like, you can get the other cheap stuff from Ragman, right? Like this helmet, for example. And it is basically the NATO version, which is kind of nice to have. One of the mods somewhere allows you to have different things that don't necessarily go together. For example, in normal Tarkov, you couldn't put a GP5 and a Ray bench on, but you can here. And it kind of clips through. In the past, I've had the Ronin helmet where I had like ear covers and stuff, so it's all kind of funky. Hang on, let's unload. I need some ammo here. Yeah, sure, whatever. This is fine, I'm sure. 1,200 rounds of this stuff? Really? I only need like 40 should be fine. Or 43. 44 perhaps? No, 43 should be fine. There is gun jamming. There very much is. And I've had, obviously, as I'm sure you know, it always happens at the worst times, right? For example, like this is down to 72.4 out of 100. It's, you know, I gotta repair it, but it's gonna thing over time. I do have a weapon repair kit. My weapon maintenance is finally up to level 2. Ooh. Gun jamming, overheating, all that goodness. Failure to feed, failure to eject, all that fun. So something they added at some point, I don't know when. This little bolt release thing is genuinely so good. It's so good. You know what I didn't check? And I say this because I mentioned it once upon a time, completely forgot about it for the PP19, that they have in Live Tarkov, but I don't know if they have here. I need the PP19. Where is it? There it is. Edit build. Now, they do. This. I understand how this works, this left-handed bolt, but I don't get... Does it actually speed anything up? Like, why would I use this? Right, versus like something like this. Like, why? What benefit does this provide? Other than now the charging action is on the left. See, there's some things I just don't understand, and this is kind of one of them. It's like, why is this a thing? Oh, you know what? The most important mod in this game right now is, okay. So in the hideout, I have the max level Bitcoin miner, which I don't even care about anymore because obviously I have like 38 million and well, it says you can do stuff with it. Hang on. I have a shrine of small Bitcoins. Right? I gotta go find it. There it is. Hello, cat. The most important mod of all of them. We pet the cat for good luck. I haven't given the cat a name. I just call it Cat. So you know what? The cat's name is Cat. There you go. You can pet it, and it says wake up, but I've never seen it sleeping, so. And it will tend to follow you around. Yeah, so let's go take a look at that thing. Yeah, they've been saying it for the last 3 years, yeah. Some modder had to add it. Okay, so this one. Okay, it's a device that allows for reloading the weapon with the support hand, installed in place of the gas tube, and enables quick and efficient reloading, manufactured by Vector 762. Right? So basically, they put an additional bolt that is also up here. So, I'm sure this would work in real life. I don't see why not. It just basically helps push, it just moves the bolt here. It basically, this handle functions as this handle like an extension, right? But it's like, does it actually speed anything up in game is what I want to know. There was also something I was going to say. Oh, for some of these dovetail mounts, I didn't realize that some of them have like 2 parts they can go on, right? Depending on how you like mount it, which has been very insane as a concept to me. Tasks, interchange. I gotta go to interchange so many times. Shoreline still have to do. Controller. Factory, gotta go slap Tagilla. Go to the lighthouse. I gotta go kill raiders. I gotta go to woods. I have to go to woods for a few things actually. Take up some more PMCs there. Lighthouse. Take out. Maybe we go to customs again. Just basically sprint over to the thing and have fun with that. Woods is my least favorite map. Sorry, not sorry. Dragnet. I have yet to see, like at this point I've seen all the bosses, I've seen everybody. I have yet to see a single cultist. And I've been going to woods at night for it, but I can't seem to find them. Locate and neutralize Sturman. Junkie. You know what? Maybe we should go to woods. Woods. Okay, fine. You've convinced me. We're going to woods. Do I want to bring this? There's only the one sniper scav. How many sniper scavs do I need? Just the one. As far as I know, there's only one sniper scav on woods, right? Right. I can only think of the one who sits up on the main rock. I don't think there's any other ones. Is the best, even though his woods is 2 spawns. Interesting. On customs, where do they spawn? Because I might do a night customs and just basically go hunting for them, go finish this one up, and then hope I can get another police guard. Yeah, you know what? We might just do customs. Oh, you know what else I have a bunch of? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 quad eye night visions lying around. I also have These tank ones, my stronghold, a crack house in that area. Got it. I also have these for some reason. And then here is my shrine to the stupids, the goons, the worst people of all time. They do. My only quote issue with them is because they're from Painter. You can get them pretty early, and they just cost 144,000 rubles. Which I say, oh, it's just 100. Like, realistically, it doesn't take very long for you to go. That's not very much money. So do I go customs tonight, or do I go with factory? Or not factory, woods. So my question for the cultist is that only the best because they're in like a very specific spot, right? Because I know like other maps that they can spawn at night, they can be in a bunch of different places or very split. Is it because they're just is that just because they're like very kind of concentrated? Also, before I go in, I've been drinking a bunch of water. I'll be back in like a minute or two. And I'm not going to go ready yet because last time I almost missed the load in. So give me 1 second. You can type and I'll come back to it. Hi, sorry. So the armband, it is, it has a little bit of armor on it, and it covers everywhere. Okay, and you're right, I should change it out. By default, it is level 10 armor everywhere, and it's also like 10,000 health. So what I wanted to do was I lowered it to level 3 armor and 300 health, and all it does is it lets me tank an extra round, right? And that's literally just for the purpose of frustration and entertainment, or ease of frustration and ish of entertainment, both for watching and recording purposes. Like literally, I've died. Like yesterday, I died like 3 or 4 times. I died earlier today twice. Right? Like I'm not immune. It literally just gives me an extra second to react or whatever, right? And it's just so it's not as oh no, what do I do? Like, I mean, I get that's sort of out of the thing, but like I can get one shot or whatever and stuff, right? It just helps a little bit. I personally find. I had to tweak it down though. Level 10 armor was too much, obviously, and a 10,000 health is ridiculous. So I said, yeah, it is huge. It was just one of those things where I just put it on there for just sort of like ease of thing. Because obviously, you know what I mean? Like, if you're just having a really bad string of luck and you get really frustrated with Tarkov, you tend to not want to play anymore. Like, I know I had an entire wipe where I did about 36 to 40 attempts just trying to get the introduction quest for a Jaeger done. No. Thank you. Like, I appreciate it because obviously, one, it's not just me rambling to myself, right? And 2, like, it helps sort of like, it helps me kind of like I was gonna say justified, but that sounds bad, right? Because realistically, whatever, but it is just sort of one of those things where it helps, because I had an entire wipe where I stopped playing after about a week because I spent 40 attempts during that week to go just to do the introduction quest, which again is one of the things that feeds into my hatred of the woods map. Like, obviously, as I've been playing it more recently, it's fine, but like, I don't like the map, and I don't know if I ever will. It's like, you know how people tend to just sort of, for whatever, like, now my thing of the woods is, if you know how people, like, the world tends to just joke about the French, like, it's sort of that now for me for woods. It's like, oh, I hate I hate woods. I don't really. It's just, I'm not a huge fan or whatever, like that sort of thing. Oh, again, a bunch of lag spikes, so stuff's just spawned. I do have the flea market. It is completely simulated, so none of it is real. And I believe there is a setting. That's probably the goons, by the way. I believe there is a setting for to keep it live, like with or similar to live prices, right? Goddamn goons. I will say though, my hatred for the goons is still very much alive. Like, at this point, my hatred of woods is for giggles. My hatred of woods is alive. I believe the way it's set up right now, the only map they can't spawn on, or at least the one I haven't experienced, was I don't even remember what it's called. Oh, Factory. I think Factory they don't spawn on, if I'm not mistaken. See, I don't like these ones because I can put night vision on them and they look cool, but I can't put ears because they have ears on them, even though they don't function. Now I gotta go get another helmet. Not that it's a big deal. It's like, ooh, now I have to, like, the insurance. I will say this. Insurance has been done better here. That is, on PvE, it's a guarantee. On here, it's a chance, percent chance. Checking out Arc Raiders. I can honestly tell you, I actually don't even remember what Arc Raiders is. I vaguely remember hearing about it, but I don't remember too much about it other than it's some sort of extraction, like a looter shooter, kind of like Apex, but not like that. That sounds bad, but it sounds more like a proper like Apex battle royale than anything, from what I understand of it, which is very little. Okay. Here, we'll chuck this in here. Okay, yep, cool. Do I have anything else that I can randomly put on for giggles? Yeah, sure, the half mask, why not? Actually, you're right, the mustache. I've seen very little bits and pieces of it, so I can't say one. Like, would I enjoy it? Yeah, probably, I guess, but I don't know if I'm gonna, like, it's not something I'm going to go out of my way to buy or anything, right? It's the same, like, Battlefield 6, I'm enjoying that immensely. And I bought it because I played with a lot of friends, and I played it the other day we played for 6 hours, man. 6 hours, and it's the first time I've ever enjoyed playing Battlefield like that in the last 10 plus years. Interesting. If it's this weekend, I think I'm kind of busy. I have to check, but like, again, I don't know, like, I tend to find lately, it's, if I'm playing anything that has, against players, I'm playing with friends and I'm playing for fun. Like, otherwise, I'm playing something co-op, I'm playing something single player, that sort of thing, right? And speaking of playing things. Good, that's good. Let me get some ears. Bagman. My dad keeps asking every so often about like which one is better, and it's how do you explain they're all different. Like they don't none of them are better than others. I was doing that the other day, and I was like, hey, this is kind of cool, but this is definitely something you've got to do like off to the side. But I'm trying to figure out for my next series, because regardless of whether or not I win, right, in, 3-4 weeks time, I have to figure out what I'm going to play. It's right now, it's either going to be Chernobylite 1, because I'm not buying 2, and I still never finished one. It's going to be Surround Dead, which I'd have to buy, but it's like $12 or something like that, or some sort of modded Minecraft, like a mod pack, and I don't know what it is. Like I'm not sure what to pick, because at the same time, for me, it doesn't really matter, right? And I don't know how the full AFK lobbies work, because I've only ever seen the other ones. This should be good. Yeah, I should be good to go. NPM. So basically I've been trying to figure out what to play next, and every time I ask about it, I haven't gotten anything back from anybody. Oh, okay. Right? And then I did ask somewhere on one of the Discord, like on my Discord, like from my friends and stuff. And someone said modded Minecraft, but then they just didn't say what to play. They also typed out poo in it with the response letters, so 3K every 5 minutes was not too bad. Although I was playing one of the ones where you could just sort of like farm weapon XP and stuff, and I like that. That one was pretty easy too. So. Monday, Project Zomboid. That's a game that I put some time into, and just as I started learning how to play it, they changed the systems, and I don't feel like learning how to play them personally. Like, it's one of those things where I'll play, but I find I get a little bit I don't know what to do. Like, at least this, I was able to be like, hey, I want to play, I want to get Kappa and blah, 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 blah. But, like, for that, I never know what to do. I'm so used to Battlefield. You know what? At this point, I don't even want to fight this guy anymore. Hello? Oh, no. I fell down. Like, that's sort of the thing. There's all sorts of other ones, right? Are you serious? Go away! Go away! It's the goons! It's the goons! They haunt me in my dreams! Hang on. I missed. There you go. I hate the goons. I hate them so much. 48. My goal is to just try to put as much space between me and the goons as possible. I've fought them before and I've won, but like, I don't like fighting them. I mean, I'm pretty sure nobody does. The worst though is having to fight them in woods where I last had to fight them. The quest progress. If you're talking about the one at the bottom right, I think that's in vanilla, isn't it? Or in live? Also, here's what I mean about wearing contacts with Ronin. You can't do that in the game, but for some reason I can. So I just sort of go, yeah, whatever, and leave it at that, right? Well, now I gotta go the long way to Crack House for the stupid goons. Keep ruining my life. Yeah. There's somebody in here, by the way. Yeah, I had to fight them on woods with the, like, with a sniper and everything. Right? Because... No, you don't. Because I was there, and it was just really annoying. At one point, I had the SIG, like one of their SIGs that I picked up and started using, because I was like, I'm done with... Oh, hang on. Look at this Joker. I keep forgetting how quiet this is. It's so good. See, what I think makes the goons as annoying as they are is the fact that they're... Because all three of them have, like, boss health, right? It makes them incredibly annoying. Whereas all the other ones, it has, like, a guy who's slightly beefier than your average scav, and then the actual proper boss. It makes it a little bit more bearable. I don't remember. Can I put a red dot on here? I don't think you can. It's just a scav. See, the thing for me, I do. There's somebody else injured over here. One of my favorite things of all time for this game is there's the VR mod. It looks so cool. I didn't mean to eat that, in all fairness. It looks really cool. And I wanted to get it, like, to play it. But at the same time, I didn't want to try doing it now with all the other stuff I have in it, because I don't know if it's going to work or not, and I don't want to ruin the series. That's a PPSH. Yeah, it looks good. So we got a clock. Gingy. Something around here, allegedly. Oh. Alright, what is this? Oh, a key card holder. Cool. I'll just drop this for this space, I guess. Right? Because at least, like, here, there's a setting for an actual chance at, the enemies, or the stuff not coming back, which I like a little bit better. I can honestly tell you, I have no idea. One of the, what the heck? One of the missions seems to be kill a bunch of cultists. Oh. Somebody's lasso in the sky over there. Did you see him? Right, to kill cultists with a double barrel shotgun, and I was like, good, thanks. I think that's still the goons to my left. Yeah, luckily it's not required, and any quests at this point that are not required, I'm just gonna basically, like if they're not crazy, I'm not gonna bother with them. Ooh. PMCs come across the bridge. I need the PMCs at the dorms. Good night. Good night. You think some of these lights would be on, though? Question is, were these even PMCs? Thank you. They were. Oh, yes. He's got the boobin. He's got no ammo for it. You know what? Sure, I'm actually going to take these. I don't really... I'll put that off to the side for now. Yep. Saw that coming. I saw him move right the last second. Ouch. I think... This is no bueno. Stupid bushes. I got part of what I came here for. Railing. Hit him in the head. There we go. That's some more for me. If you're curious as to how I keep ending up with all this night vision, that's how. I need a GPS, which means I need to go to labs. But every time I've gone to labs to get it, I couldn't find it. It's got PS rounds. We'll make it work. I've never used it. I don't know how the recoil... It could be horrendous. I have no idea. Something tells me that was not the guy who shot at me. Should be able to go down through here. Okay. So, as somebody who has never dealt with the occultists before, I am more than a little nervous. So I'm not sure where I should be worried about them. Right, you said around between Fortress and Rack House. Which has me quite worried. Well, that's why I have this. That's assuming they even spawn. The wiki says there's only something like a 20% chance or whatever. Right? So I'm using a gun I've never used before in Tarkov against enemies I've never fought before in Tarkov. Is it like this area specifically? Like, have I basically been around it, or is it up to and including Fortress? Like this whole area? Yeah, they can chase people full of gas. They have guns, they have knives. I'm very terrified here. I don't think that's a cultist. But again, I wouldn't know. Let's go find out. There's something in through that bay door. I'm holding on the gun right now. The thing I like about Tagilla is he's pretty easy to bait. Into chasing after you with the sledgehammer. See, I don't even know what the jacket looks like. Oh, I'm bleeding again. I don't have a bandage. Shoot. Time to see how this works. Like that. Like a black trench coat. I feel like I've seen it on PMCs before. That guy was possessed by the devil. Does that count? What is this? It's Bird Eye. Yeah. Yeah. I know they like to charge, although I believe there's something where you can make them route, right? If you do enough damage to one of them, I think he runs away, doesn't he? See, if I turned on boss corpses and boss things, I could see where the other ones are, but again, that's cheating. So I thought usually he's not super far away from them. Like, he's not close. Not super far, isn't that usually the case? Oh, I see. That could be bad. Hang on. Okay. Interesting. So he might have been the guy who was lassoing this guy earlier. I heard metal. I don't think it was me. I say we give it another minute before I get out. And then we reset. Plus, on the bright side, when I come back in, I don't need the DVL at the time. Hang on, let's see. Just for out of sheer curiosity here. Yeah, they were over at construction. Knight and Big Pipe. They're dead already. They were the guys who were shooting at me earlier, I'm sure of it. Which is why I keep that turned off. I was just curious. I want to go see where they died. I'm not going to pick up any of their gear because, again, that's sort of against the spirit of it. I think I dropped that mag. That's fine. Whatever. Interesting. So the fact that yeah. This is a PMC. Suppressed MDR and a cool looking SVD actually. These guys are in and around here. Yep, here's one. So here is Big Pipe. The brown things. Let me go check in a second for you. I'm gonna take his tar cola. You can't stop me from doing that, though. Let me go check. What are those brown things? Oh, you mean the cards? They're just trading cards. They're like it's a mod that I thought would be kind of interesting back when I installed it, and then proceeded to literally never use it because they're not all that good. Like this one is worth something like 31,000 rubles. I would like to iterate that all the artwork on those are all AI generated. Do you see that guy standing there menacingly? They're all AI generated, and yeah, that's it. Like they are very like they openly specify that on the site for that. They're cool to collect, I guess, or if you want to sell them. I just don't even bother with them anymore. I have this blue signal cartridge. I don't know how it works. I'm tempted to just fire it up and see what happens, but knowing my luck, I'd probably just brick call it down on my head. Like, I don't know how much time you have before it explodes. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh, you know what? These are mine now. Okay, fine, you're right. I don't need them. And this is just a random dude. DMC. I do like this setup of the DVL and the M45. This M45 is the pistol I brought with me to go do stirrup. It has been sitting around my inventory that long. The trading cards? They're on PvP. Really? What are the guys allegedly is somewhere over here? Unless that's him here, and the other one's up here somewhere. Oh, the blue flare. Sorry, yeah. I was like, bro, what? Yeah, the blue flares, I understand what they're for, but it's like, why though? Oh, here he is. Is Knight. Oh, he's got a mutant. I didn't realize he could have the mutant, actually. What ammo is this? PP good, but I don't deserve. Do I want to take another quick look at the dorms? I doubt we're gonna find another PMC. Well, the thing is, yeah, I should, but I didn't know these guys were here. Right? I only know they're here because I looked at the on the map. So for that reason, because I wouldn't have known they were here and I would have ignored them, I just came here to look, but I'm going to leave them alone and pretend, like, basically we act as though I never was here in the first place. That's just sort of how I balance out that use, like if I ever use it for whatever reason. I did nail this guy earlier. Oh wow, an actually decent condition shotgun. If you look though, they didn't actually kill all that many scavs. There was like, what, 2 dead scavs? So, oh, an SJ12, don't mind if I do. This is good medicine drug. His bag? Yeah, I mean, I don't really care because I wasn't here for loot or anything. Right? And I've got access to backpacks like crazy. Like, I don't care about the backpack. I just brought it so I could bring some extra food or whatever. And we can get out at the RUF roadblock. And then can I squeeze one more raid in before I have, like, I mean, technically speaking, I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow, so I can, if I really, really wanted to, I could stream for the next 8 hours. I'm not going to, but I could if I wanted to. Right? As the saying goes, the beatings will continue until morale improves. And that's just, again, sort of my logic of how, if I have to breach a door with bullet that has loot in it, and I'm doing it to show loot, because if I'm doing that for a mission, I think that's fine, personally. Yeah. Yeah, my sleep schedule is completely messed up, so I get it. Do I want to do another one? Like 1 a.m. here. I'm probably going to call it when I get out of here. Right, we're going to get out, we're going to deal with the inventory. Like, I'm going to sell this M4, I don't care. Heck, I'll destroy it, I don't even really care about it. Bird eye with the RPD to the stomach. Man, that RPD is kind of funny. I very much like, thank you, sir, for the subscription. I appreciate it. I do very much like the DVL and the M45 combination. There's something about the sneakiness of it, right? Like it feels, secret squirrel, I'm a wizard kind of guy. I like it. No problem. Because I'm at this point, I usually do videos daily, and because at this point I've just been out of time and almost a little bit too lazy, for lack of a better word, to record the past couple weeks. I've just been streaming every day at this point. It is genuinely more time efficient, right? So I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow too. So if you look, I'll probably be around. So here, let me just go sell this stuff. I appreciate you coming here and, spending your time here, because one, it helps with the channel, and two, I don't have to sit here and talk to myself for like for 4.5 hours on end. So I'll put this in here, ba ba ba. This I think belonged in a backpack, didn't it? Yeah, I think this was like in here or something. Perfect. This is fine. The key card thing was nice, I guess. I mean, how does the key? Oh, that's not too bad. You got 7 of it? Yeah, I did. I mean, some days obviously it's you get more, but I mean, like, it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter to me if I get 1 million. I mean, the 1 million would be nice, but like, to me, the specific small numbers doesn't matter. I do it for fun, right? Oh, let me go turn in my quests. Tarkov shooter complete. 7. Ugh. He does this on purpose. Maybe go to factory next. Factory in woods. Yeah, we'll probably do factory in woods tomorrow. Let me add that on my notes. Factory and woods. That's right. I have a notepad. Oh, hang on a second. I have a notepad for all this good stuff, so I can keep track of what I'm working on. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, that's why I stopped doing it on Twitch. Because, like, Twitch doesn't recommend new streamers, and I find YouTube tends to do that a lot more. So I just started streaming over here on YouTube, because I already started doing stuff, like, with full edited videos. Like, if you look on my channel, the stuff for Battlefield, Call of Duty, like the Batman, all that sort of stuff. Those are things that I would do over a couple weeks of getting the footage, and then I'd edit together over the span of about 2 or 3 days. Like, they take a while to do, right? And it's sort of one of those things where it's like, the amount of effort I was putting in, I wasn't getting enough, like, there was nowhere near enough sort of return on investment, if that makes sense. Like, obviously it doesn't matter, but it was just one of those things where I couldn't motivate myself to do anything with it, because, like, I didn't get any, like, I think in the past 4-ish years, I got like 15 subscribers. I started streaming this, and in about 2 months I went up to, like, what am I at, like 80 something now, right? So this was just sort of better, like the light editing and stuff. Then I've just been streaming it because I've just been running out of time, and honestly, I just find it more time efficient at this point. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this stream. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to all my subscribers. I really do appreciate it. If we get to 100 subscribers, my streams are going to be about Dark Souls 2 because I have been convinced that that is something I should do. And I mean, there's other things I have to go check because I did talk to my friends about it. So it's somewhere on our Discord about it. I will say, if I can get somehow 1,000 subscribers by January 1st, 2026, I will be streaming Elden Ring Night Rain from start to finish in one sitting, or 16 hours, whichever comes first. Yeah, that's one of those really super overambitious stretch goals just for giggles, right? But anyway, if you guys like what you saw, leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, share with all your friends, put a comment if you've got some useful tips, because I read literally every comment. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a great night, or morning, or afternoon, or whatever it is for you. Good night.